Mid-July in Midtown Manhattan, the sun baking the asphalt like a griddle, and me, Carlos Ramirez, standing on the roof of my food truck, El Sabor Auténtico, watching live cockroaches rain down from the sky. Not one or two, but dozens, shiny, black, with twitching antennae, scattering across the metal roof, clinging to the vents, sliding over the solar panels, and one even trying to worm its way into the exhaust vent. I freeze, heart pounding like a drum at a Mexican fiesta, and grab my phone. What the hell kind of health inspection is this? I mutter to myself, because it's right before the Department of Health's visit. But this isn't random. This is war, and I know exactly who's behind it. Hey folks, I'm Carlos, 42, from Mexico City, where my mom taught me to make tacos from scratch. Corn tortillas, ground beef that melts in your mouth, fresh cilantro that smells like sunshine. 7 years ago, I came to New York with a dream. Open a food truck where people could taste real Mexico, not that Tex-Mex fast food nonsense. El Sabor became a midtown legend. Lines from Wall Street to Times Square, office workers coming back for enchiladas, tourists snapping pics of my truck with the sign, Auténtico since 2017. I poured everything into it. A $50,000 loan, sleepless nights perfecting recipes, family holidays behind the counter. My son Miguel, 12, helps with the limes, grins at customers like I did at his age. This isn't just business. It's our American dream, built on honest sweat and chilly heat. But 2 months ago, he showed up. Ryan Wester, the gourmet food truck, Elite Bites. Gourmet? Ha, fusion cuisine. Lobster with truffles for $25 a pop, aimed at yuppies with credit cards. Ryan's the type. 35, perfect haircut, polo from Ralph Lauren, rolls up in a Tesla. He parked across from me on 42nd Street, my spot for 7 years. First weeks, just side-eye glares. Then it started. Episode 1, The Complaints. I remember that day, June 15th, Wednesday, lunch rush. My truck smoking from the grill, the aroma of carne asada filling the block, line of 20 deep. Suddenly my phone rings. Unknown number. This is Ryan Wester from Elite Bites. Your smoke is bothering my customers. I'm reporting you to the DP. The voice, hysterical, high-pitched, like he's swallowing words in rage. I laugh. Buddy, that's the smell of success. Want to join the line? But he's not joking. Within an hour, email from DP. Complaint about excessive smoke. I document everything. Record the call. Thanks, VoIP app. Screenshot the email. Photo my ventilation. Spotless, certified clean. I respond to the department with proof. Pics, equipment specs. Complaint dismissed in 48 hours. But that's just the opener. A week later, another call. Your trash is littering the sidewalk. Unsanitary. Ryan screeches like I'm a murderer, not a cook. I step out. My truck gleams. Garbage in bins, not a crumb. I photo it, timestamp 12:47 p.m. Another complaint, another dismissal. I start a log. Every complaint, date, evidence. This isn't competition, I think. It's a siege. My business is Midtown's heart, $2,000 a day at peak. Family depends on it. Ryan, he's got venture capital, 500K startup, but customers steer clear. Who shells out $25 for a foie gras burger when my tacos are $5 and tastier? And then that morning, July 10th, 6:45 a.m. I pull up to the lot, set up the truck, grill heating, pots of mole sauce bubbling. Suddenly, I hear rustling overhead. I climb the ladder, and there they are. Cockroaches, bags with holes tossed from the adjacent roof. Two couriers in hoodies, one holding another sack, the other snapping a selfie. Hey, you, I yell. They bolt, but I grab my phone and film. Their faces, the waiting cab's plates, and the kicker, the security cam on old Mrs. Lopez's building next door, recording everything for police after break-ins. I call her. Donna, check the footage. She sends the video, crystal clear, like an HD movie. The couriers climb onto Ryan's roof, grab bags marked Elite Bites, and hurl them onto mine. One laughs. Boss said make it dramatic. I freeze. Sabotage. Perfect timing before the health check. My heart sinks. Miguel's asleep at home, dreaming of a new skateboard, and here I am, with bugs on the roof. I don't panic. I document. Film the roaches, 20 live ones, supermarket fresh by the smell. The bags with prints, call the cops. Officer Rios arrives in 20 minutes. Inspects, logs it. This is criminal, Mr. Ramirez. We'll check it out. I send the video to health department. Inspection canceled, obvious setup. But Ryan won't stop. He thinks money buys impunity. Folks, this is just the start of my story. I turned that video viral, 1 million views on TikTok in a week. Dross food truck sabotage. People message, Carlos, hang in there. But worse was coming. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next part. How I fought back against this pack. And drop a comment. From which city are you watching? New York? LA? Or maybe Texas, where they love it spicy? The day after the cockroach apocalypse, July 11th, I wake up with a bitter taste in my mouth. Not from the chili, but from pure fury. My truck's still parked on the 42nd Street lot, but I know Ryan won't back down. I roll in at 5:30 a.m., like clockwork, unfurling the awnings, firing up the coffee maker, the rich espresso scent mingling with the first hints of dawn. A line's already forming. The barista from the corner Starbucks, heading to her shift, orders egg and avocado burritos. $6, sir, enjoy, I say, forcing a smile, because that's my therapy. But at 7 sharp, I hear the whine of an electric engine. Ryan's Tesla zips into the lot, not parking, but blocking. His elite bites squats right across my exit, hazard lights flashing like a taunt. I step out. Ryan, move it. This is my spot, 7 years running. He climbs out, aviators perched on his nose, clutching a $10 farm-to-table latte. Your spot? Ha! First come, first served. My customers are elite, not your taco slurpers. His voice cracks, high and hysterical, hands flailing like a conductor leading a rage orchestra. Episode 2, The Blockade. It's no accident. Ryan shows up daily at 6:50 a.m., wedging his truck so I can't pull out. Customers wait in the sweltering heat, the sun climbing like a spotlight on my frustration, while Elite hawks exclusive collagen smoothies. I call DEP, illegal parking, blocking business. I document on the spot. Video from my truck's roof cam, installed post roaches for $200 on Amazon. Phone pics geotagged at 7:02 a.m. Witnesses, 3 passers-by, a Brooklyn cabbie puffing a cigarette, and 2 office ladies with tote bags. Yeah, we saw it, they say. That guy was yelling at you. I jot their names and numbers. I'll notarize statements later. Ryan smirks. Complain all you want, Mexican. My Wall Street lawyers will crush you. Arrogant as ever, but his eyes dart. He's scared. That day, sales drop 40%. Folks bail after waiting an hour, drifting to Ryan's overpriced slop. A regular, the Wall Street trader who loves my Al pastor, shakes his head. Carlos, this is bullshit. I'll hit the deli instead. The disappointment hits like a gut punch. Midtown's pulse is my lifeline. $2,000 peak days fueling Miguel's braces and Anna's art classes back home. By evening, I call my wife. Mi amor, is this the end? She sighs. No, Carlos. We're from Mexico City. We survive. I update the log. July 11th, blockade, evidence, 5 photos, 2 videos, 3 witnesses. The next week drags the same. Ryan escalates, hires a spot sitter overnight, some scrawny kid with a beer flask. I arrive at 4 a.m., pointless. I snap pics of the guard, loose change in his pocket, bleary eyes. Cops roll up 3 times, $250 fines each, but Ryan pays like pocket lint. He's playing dirty, I mutter, because his truck's a ghost town. No soul in those lobsters. One morning, July 18th, it erupts. I beat him to the punch. Park at 4:45 a.m., hide a spare key in a magnetic box. Ryan pulls in at 6 around, spots me, and his face flushes crimson. You, how dare you? He screams down the street, shoving my truck's side panel. Pedestrians halt, phones out, filming the show. Ryan, chill, I say evenly. This is America. Rules for everyone. But he's unhinged. You're stealing my customers. Your filthy tacos are poison. Hands trembling. voice breaking like he's on the verge of tears from sheer spite. The scene shifts fast, from the lot to the sidewalk, where a crowd gathers, murmuring. I capture it all. Truck cam rolling, his exact words, the shove, even the sweat beading on his brow. Witnesses, 5 now, including Mrs. Lopez, peering from her window, yelling, I saw it all. Cops arrive at 6:15. Report filed for threats, Mr. Wester. $500 fine. But I sense it only fuels his fire. The siege tightens like a noose. Sales down 30%, Miguel asked at dinner. Dad, why fewer people? I fib. Slow season. Nights blur into plans. I slap a GPS tracker on his Tesla, $150 legal for security. First pings, late night drives to consultants in Brooklyn. Shady. Log swells. 15 pages of evidence. Folks, Ryan thinks elite status trumps the law, but I'm street smart from Mexico City's markets, where you outfox the foxes. By July 25th, the disappointments seeped into my bones, like a bad batch of chili, burning from the inside out. El Sabor hunkers on 42nd Street, the grill hissing under a relentless sun, but the lines shrinking, whispers replacing the usual chatter. Customers sidle up, hesitant. Carlos, heard you got rats. I force a grin. Nah, sir, just fresh guac that'll knock your socks off. But inside, it's churning. Episode 3, The Rumors. Ryan's shifted to invisible warfare, online smears and street-level lies, slithering like smoke from his overpriced grill. I spot the first signs on Yelp that afternoon. Post-lunch lull, the air thick with lingering carne asada scents and distant taxi horns. Reviews popping up in batches. Food's bland, cockroaches in the plate, 1 star. Owner's rude, steer clear. Anonymous but cookie-cutter phrasing, as a gourmet enthusiast, screams Ryan's polished ego. I screenshot 12 of them, timestamps from July 20th, even pull IP traces via a free Reddit tool, clustered around Midtown IPs, one matching a coffee shop near his truck. I reply publicly, thanks for the feedback, but come try. A free taco for skeptics. The street hits harder. July 26th, noon peak, sunlight glinting off my stainless counters like accusatory spotlights. 2 suits approach, not ordering, but distributing. Flyers, warning, El Saber, unsanitary alert, choose elite bites for safety. Blurry photo of my truck, doctored to look infested, bold text screaming, health hazard. I snatch one. Who sent you? They mumble. A Midtown client. I photo their faces. The flyers, clock it at 12:15 p.m., geotag enabled. Call the cops. Defamation in progress. The officer on dispatch. Gather evidence, Mr. Ramirez. Back at the truck, I log it. July 26th, flyers, 50 distributed. Witnesses, 4 customers. 1, the bartender from O'Malley's next door, leans in. Saw Ryan slipping those kids $20 a stack this morning. Arrogant prick, acting like he's the food police. His voice low, conspiratorial, over the sizzle of onions caramelizing. I record him on my phone's voice memo. 2 minutes, crystal. Names, details, the faint clink of his lighter. Ryan's hysteria bubbles under the surface, but it's accelerating. Events stacking like rush hour traffic. That evening, July 28th, 9 p.m. wind down. Miguel's dozing in the truck's back. Online school days blur. The street lights casting long shadows on cooling pavement. Phone buzzes, unknown caller. Carlos, Ryan here. Your tacos are a health risk. I'll tell everyone about your guests from Mexico. Voice quivering on the edge of a sob, but laced with venom, like a cornered yuppie unraveling. What do you want? I ask steady. Get out of Midtown, or your rep's 0. I let it roll. Call recorder app captures every syllable. NY one-party consent. Legal gold. 4 minutes. His threats, my calm deflections, ending with his frustrated huff. Notarize it next morning at a 5th Avenue office. $10 stamp. Clerk's nod. This guy's unhinged. The damage? Gut-wrenching. Sales crater 50%. Regulars ghosting like bad dates. The Chicago tourist from last week? Back but whispers. Sorry, Carlos. Saw the reviews. I offer a salsa tasting. Lime zing, tomato burst. She smiles faintly but peels off to a chain spot. A Wall Street mom, weekly enchilada fiend, pauses mid-order. Heard it's dirty. For the kids, you know. Her eyes flick away, prejudice veiled as concern, the filthy immigrant trope Ryan's weaponized. It stings deeper than lost dollars. 7 years of trust, evaporating in pixels and paper. Miguel notices at dinner, rice and beans under our kitchen's fluorescent hum. Dad, the truck feels empty. I hug him. Just a storm, hee-ho. We'll shine through. Nights dissolve into scrolling, Yelp bots alerting new fakes hourly. July 30th peaks. A Facebook post in Midtown Foodies group. El Sabor shutting down. Failed inspection. Fake find photo, watermarked wrong. I screenshot, link it, rally comments. 10 users chime. BS, supporting Carlos, real food. Respond with proof. Health certs, kitchen selfies, the clean gleam of my prep station. Tempo's ramping. Rumors fly faster than my street corn steam. I fire back. Complaints to BBB with evidence stacks, screenshots, recordings. Their probe launches, July 31st. Email confirmation pinging at dawn. Yelp flags 3 reviews as suspicious by evening. Suspensions pending. Ryan's truck, a tumbleweed. Yuppies snapping Instapics, but no bites. One afternoon shift, August 1st, street corner clash. He struts by, flyers in hand, catches my eye. Told you, your kind doesn't belong. Hysterical edge, voice pitching up, handing a stack to a passerby who crumples it. I film discreetly, phone low, 45 seconds. His rant, the discard. Witnesses pile, 2 joggers, a delivery guy, statements texted, logged. First counterstrike, I file with NYAG's Consumer Protection, defamation suit brewing, their rep. Strong case, Mr. Ramirez. Mid-August in Midtown, the air hangs heavy as a leaden sky. Asphalt radiating heat long after sunset like a grudge that won't cool. By August 5th, the disappointments burrowed deep, not just sales dipping to $800 days, but a hollow ache, like biting into a tortilla gone stale. El Sabor stands sentinel on 42nd, its once vibrant murals faded under grime, the grill's sizzle a lonely echo. Episode 4, Physical Sabotage. I wrap up Monday night, August 5th at 9 p.m. Last customer, a CNN producer, raving about my chimichangas, slips me a sympathetic nod. Hang tough, Carlos, heard the drama. I smile through the weariness, but inside doubt whispers, 7 years, and for what? I lock up, hop the subway home. No Tesla dreams for me. Leaving the truck with Uncle Juan, my night watch. $15 a shift, Vietnam vet with stories sharper than his gaze. Eyes open, hermano, I say, clapping his shoulder under the sodium street lamp's orange haze. Dawn breaks muggy, August 6th, 5 a.m. I pull up in the cab, $12 fare, pockets lighter each week, expecting the usual. Unfurl awnings, brew coffee's bitter comfort. Instead, my gut twists. The truck's jacked up on bricks, tires gone, 4 deep gashes like deliberate wounds, rubber shredded in ragged strips that curl like accusations. The grill's scratched, deep gouges from a blade, and the awnings torn, fabric ribbons flapping in the pre-dawn breeze, mocking my autentico script. Dios mio, I breathe, knees buckling against the door panel, the metallic tang of fear mixing with exhaust fumes. Heart hammers. Miguel's school fees due, Anna's worried calls stacking on voicemail. This isn't prank, it's personal, a knife to the throat of our dream. No panic, instinct kicks in. I document 30 phone photos from every angle, flash-cutting shadows, timestamps glowing 5:03 a.m., then cue the truck cam. That $200 Amazon install post-Roaches pays off. Grainy but damning. A hooded figure at 2:15 a.m., slim build, black SUV idling curbside, blade glinting under moonlight. Uncle Juan shuffles over, thermos steaming. Saw the car, Jefe. Fancy plates. Someone hopped out quick. I voice memo his account, 3 minutes raw, license partial, NY Vanity, Elite 1. The night's quiet broken by a muffled curse. Log entry. Og 6, vandalism, Tires $800 repair. Evidence, 30 pics, 1-min video clip. Juan's statement. Cops at 6:30. Detective Martinez, fellow Latino with a no-nonsense squint. Dust for prints. Smudges on the awning ties, not mine. This escalates. Ramirez, filed as felony mischief. Report in hand, ink still wet, his card crisp. Call if more. Repairs a 2-day gut punch. What $200 out of pocket. Truck sidelined in a Queens garage reeking of oil and regret. No sales, just stares from passers-by. What's up with El Saber? The void amplifies the siege. Customers trickling to chains. Whispers now shouts in my head. Close it, Carlos. Save the family. Miguel spots the damage via my hasty text pic. Dad, the truck's hurt? Fix it with super glue? His innocence cracks me. Dinner that night, under our cramped kitchen's hum. Beans and rice tasting like ash. Anna's eyes red. Vende el truck, amor. Enough. Thoughts swirl. Shutter the windows. Haul back to Mexico City markets where competition's fair, not feral. 7 years sweat. Loans repaid in pennies. Recipes etched in calluses. Down the drain? The disappointment's profound. A chasm. Am I the fool clinging to authenticity in a city that chews dreamers? But Ryan's shadow looms. He can't resist gloating. August 8th, night 2 of downtime. 1 a.m. buzz from Juan. Someone prowling. I Ubers over, $20 sting. Arrive 1:20 a.m. Tires screeching into the lot's gravel fringe. Door ajar, sauces spilled. Mole rojo pooling viscous on the floor. Chocolate cayenne stench thick as betrayal. Jars shattered like trust. And there, Ryan, in the truck's lee, silhouetted by his phone's glow, wiping hands on chinos. You! I roar, lunging. Not violent, but close. Adrenaline surging like bad espresso. He spins, face ashen under the lot's lone bulb, eyes wild. Me? You're paranoid. Your greasy setup attracts vermin. I'm just checking. Hysteria erupts, voice cracking falsetto, hands clawing air, pacing in tight circles. You think you can steal my spotlight? With your peasant slop? I'll bury you. Tears streak his cheeks, snot bubbling, arrogance imploding into a tantrum, the elite mask shattering on the pavement. He shoves past, shoulder-clipping mine, sprinting to his SUV. This isn't over. My investors. I film it live, phone steady, 3:17 runtime. His meltdown, the spills gleam, even the SUV's taillights fading. Witnesses. Juan, bleary but alert, in a homeless vet on the bench. Rouse him gentle. Saw the splash, man. Fancy boy did it. Statements snapped, signed on napkins under streetlight. Cops by 2 a.m. No arrest, he said, she said. But full report, sauce samples for DNA. Ryan's prints likely from prior visits. He wails to the uniforms. Frame job. Call my attorney. Martinez later. Station coffee bitter. Dossier on Wester's growing. Ties to these hits. Log balloons. 25 pages. A war journal of wounds and proofs. Tempo blurs. Nights bleed into days. Patrols ramp up. But the weight crushes. Close it, the voice urges. Late August scorches Midtown like a forgotten skillet. Humidity clinging like doubt. Post-sabotage. El Sabor limps back online August 10th. Tires fresh, awning patched, but the scars linger in every hesitant glance from the line. Sales hover at $1,000, a shadow of peaks. The grills char a defiant roar against the quiet. Disappointment festers. Anna's pleas echo. Sell it, Carlos, before it breaks us. Miguel's drawings now feature sad trucks, crayon tears streaking the page. Episode 5, The Bribe. August 20th, Wednesday lunch. The air thick with fajita sizzle and taxi exhaust. My phone jolts. Health department, Kurt. Mr. Ramirez, routine inspection, August 25th. Be prepared. My stomach knots. Post-roach setup, perfect for a rigged takedown. Whispers hit fast. From Tommy, old Mexico City pal clerking at DEP, his text at 1:02 p.m. Heads up, Inspector Miller's in Ryan's pocket. Consultation fee floated. Tempo snaps electric. Events cascade like rush hour merges. I bolt to a corner bench, 1:05 p.m., dial Tommy under the awning's frayed edge, phone wedged shoulder to ear while flipping tortillas one-handed. Details, Hermano, I press, voice low over the street's din. He hesitates, keyboard clacks faint. Email chain, Ryan to Miller, August 18th. Appreciate discretion on El Sabor. 5K wire for favorable notes? Miller's reply, discuss in person. My pulse races, arrogance incarnate, Ryan buying badges like truffle oil. Record this, Tommy urges. I switch to call recorder app. One party NY legal, red light blinking discreet. Lean into the call. 4:17 minutes captured. Tommy specifics, timestamps, the email forward he risks sending. VPN shielded, headers intact. Heart thuds, systemic rot, the elite greasing wheels while immigrants grind gears. No time to breathe. August 21st, 10 a.m. shift. I Uber to Depp's downtown office. $18 fare, seat sticky with sweat. The lobby a fluorescent purgatory of forms and frowns. Badge clipped, I bluff a follow-up on Roach reports, eyes scanning. Miller's door ajar, mid-50s, tie loose. Ryan's voice booming through speakerphone. Look, the wire's ready. 5K clears today. Just flag Ramirez's vents, subpar. Cite the bugs. His truck's a joke anyway. Hysteria creeps in Ryan's tone. Pitched urgent, words tumbling. I can't lose this spot to that vendor. Miller chuckles oily. Done. Meet at the lot, 2 p.m., cash preferred. I freeze in the hall, back to wall, phone mic up discreet, $30 AliExpress clip-on, audio gold. 2:13 snippet, voices muffled but unmistakable. Ryan's whine, Miller's greed. I slip out, lobby clock ticking 10:45, evidence burning in my pocket like contraband. Tension coils tighter. August 22nd, dawn prep, 5:30 a.m. Pots bubbling mole under sodium lights. Miguel yawning beside. Dad, why the scary call? I ruffle his hair. Business monsters, mijo. Dad's got the net. But doubt gnaws. Close it. Flee to Jersey markets. Anna's voicemail, 6:02 a.m. Por favor, think of us. Phone rings at 7:15. Ryan, block number spoof. Heard about the inspection, Carlos? Pray you're authentic, holds up. Voice slick arrogant, but cracking. Hysterical undercurrent, like a bluff on thin ice. Fair game? I bait, recorder live. He bites. Fair? I ensure fair. Talk to Miller myself. Your days are numbered. 1:48 runtime. Slip up gold. Names dropped, intent bare. I end. See you at the check. His sputter hanging. Ramp up blurs. August 23rd, frantic scrub. Vents polished to mirrors. Certs laminated. Log frenzy. Page 35. Aug 2123. Bribe evidence. 2 recordings, email chain. Miller audio. Tommy texts 9 p.m. Miller's sweating. Your Roach vids in their file. August 24th noon. Lot confrontation tease. Ryan struts by, latte in hand. Ready to fold? I nod cool. Truth outsells bribes. His laugh brittle, eyes darting, hysteria flashing, fists clenched white. Night falls heavy, inspection eve. Family huddle, Anna's rosary beads clicking, Miguel's prayers in Spanish whispers. Tension peaks. Sleep evades, mind racing. One bad note, and poof, dream dust. But the recordings? Dynamite, fused and lit. August 25th dawns brutal. Midtown's haze a veil over my nerves. Inspection at 10 a.m. El Sabor, gleaming like a fortress under threat. Counters swabs sterile. Vents humming clean. Miller arrives early, clipboard smug, eyes skimming for planted flaws. Ryan lurks across the lot, Tesla idling, his stare a laser of anticipation. But I breathe. Recordings pocketed, Tommy's tip confirmed. Miller pokes, prods, nods at 10:45. All clear, Ramirez. Odd after the Roach report. Ryan's face crumples from the curb, latte spilling as he storms off, muttering curses into his phone. Relief floods, short-lived. The real sting hits that night. Episode 6, the climax. The cockroach redux but orchestrated, a desperate Hail Mary from a cornered king. 9:30 p.m., wind down haze. Last orders cleared, grill cooling with metallic pings, the lot emptying under sodium glows that buzz like angry wasps. Miguel's home with Anna. My phone pings. Tommy, Miller backed out. Your evidence spooked him. Triumph flickers, but rustling overhead shatters it. Faint thuds on the roof, like pebbles from a vandal's pouch. I kill the lights, climb the ladder silent, rubber-soled sneakers muffling creaks. Peer over the edge, heart slamming. Two shadows. Couriers in black hoodies, one unzipping a duffel, the other scanning with a phone flashlight. Bags, 5, bulging, perforated at bases, hoisted from Ryan's truck roof via a makeshift pulley, rope snagged on his solar array, faint Elite Bites logo glinting. Hurry, hoodie one hisses, voice Brooklyn thick. Boss said max drama, before the morning rush. They tip the first. Dozens spill, 50-plus roaches cascading in a chitinous wave, legs skittering frantic on my metal skin, antennae waving like distress flags, the acrid, musty reek wafting up like cheap bait from a pet store bin. One bag snags bursts mid-toss, insects tumbling in a black blizzard, some airborne, wings whirring faint before splatting on vents, others burrowing into seams with papery scratches. You sons of... I boom, phone already rolling, night mode 4K steady, faces half lit, duffel tags with Ryan's logo, the cab idling curbside, plates rester. They freeze, then bolt. Hoodie 2 slips, knees cracking pavement, cursing, fuck, he's up! Scrambling over the low wall, into the waiting Prius. I descend, adrenaline electric, scooping samples into a jar, 15 live, wriggling against glass, plus husks, supermarket Asian roaches, 24 by the moldy scent. Mrs. Lopez's cam, goldmine. She texts at 9:45. Got him, mijo, full op. Footage beams over, 8:12 runtime, HD sharp, courier van unloading at Ryan's 8:50 p.m. Tires crunching gravel, duffels handed direct from Ryan's back door, his silhouette barking orders. Make it stick, $200 each, no traces. The drop, pulley creak, bag whooshes, laughter echoing. He'll freak, that spick truck guy's done. Slur lands like acid, but it's leverage. Tempo explodes, 9:50 p.m. I upload teaser clips to TikTok, Dinonar, Food Truck War, Raw Roof Cam. Caption, Sabotage 2.0, NYC, help expose. By 10:30, 50K views, 11 hour, Lopez's full vid joins, 500K comments erupting, WTF, call NYPD. Support Carlos, real food hero. Viral vein hits, cross posts to Twitter, X, Reddit's RNYC and R Food Trucks, mods pin, legit drama, evidence drop. Instagram reels looping the swarm in slow-mo, roach legs a hypnotic twitch. 2 a.m., 1M of views, CNN local pings for interview, Joshua Cockroach Gate trending, memes of Ryan as Bug Baron. But deeper, the vid's metadata pings anomalies. Courier's phone in frame, GPS traceable. Dawn breaks chaotic, August 26th, 6 a.m. Lot swarms with press vans, my truck a shrine, fans queuing for victory tacos, sales spiking 200%. NYPD rolls heavy. Detective Martinez, a squad in tow, seizes the Prius at a bodega. Couriers nabbed, spilling. Wester paid cash, $200, said it was prank. My evidence stack, jars, clips, Lopez HD, fuels the raid on Ryan's truck 7:15 a.m. Duffel stashed, 1K cash in glove box, his laptop open to hit list emails, me top, neutralize El Sabor, Duppy fix failed. But the bomb during booking, 8:45 a.m. station cell, Ryan cracks under hysteria, wired for sound, cops tipped by vid geotrace, one courier flipped informant. Mic'd up, he rants to a lawyer plant. This is bullshit. I had to. Supplier's been bleeding me dry since the fraud bust 22. Inflated invoices, 100K skim from lobster runs, mafia ties in Brooklyn Fish Market, kickbacks or they sink you. Elite's my redemption. But that Ramirez, he's collateral. Bugs were last resort. Voice breaks, sobs hacking, arrogant facade pulverized, confession spilling 6:47 minutes, fraud details, forged manifests, IRS evasion. Mafia nods. Vinny's crew, food cartel, controls ports. Arrogant no more. Sniveling, snot-nosed, begging, plea deal? Revelation hits seismic. NYPD, FBI, joint by noon. Vid forensics. Hacker ally from Reddit. Ethical white hat. Cracks courier phones. Text from Ryan. Phase 3. Infestation, then shutdown. Bigger web unravels. Supplier probes launch. Mafia whispers in NYC's underbelly. Fish cartels strong-arming trucks. Ryan's investors fronts. My log. Epicenter, page 50. Bundled for DA. Triumph ignites. 5 p.m. presser outside the station. Me flanked by Martinez. Justice for the little guy. Crowds cheer. Miguel beams ringside. Dad's a boss. Sales? $5K that day. Lines to Broadway. September's crisp bite finally cracks August haze. Leaves skittering across 40-something like confetti from a long overdue parade. Inspection day, August 25th. Dawn's electric. My truck gleams under dawn's gold. Vents scrubbed to surgical shine. Pots of pozole simmering with corn's sweet pop and hominies chew. A defiant feast against the storm. Tension's a live wire. Miller arrives at 9 a.m. sharp. Clipboard clutched like a guilty secret. His eyes sliding past the Roach video I anonymously forwarded to DEP ethics line overnight. Routine check, he mutters, probing vents with feigned zeal. But the app buzzes mid-tour. My TikTok post, the Lopez cam footage timestamped July 10th, explodes. 500K views by 9:30, comments flooding. Sabotage, stand with Carlos. Miller blanches, badge trembling. This changes things. I nod cool, log it, page 42, OG 25, inspection clean. Miller's sweat, viral vid 1M+. He bolts, tail between legs. Report seals. Exemplary hygiene. Tempo surges to fever. Ryan's empire crumbles in hours. By noon, news vans swarm the lot. Anchors mic'd under my awning. Food truck war. Viral video exposes sabotage. Ryan's Tesla peels in at 12:45. Him barreling out. Disheveled. Tie askew. Aviators fogged with panic. You leaked it! You filthy... Hysteria peaks. Voice shredding to a screech. Fists pounding his own hood. My investors! My brand! He lunges at the nearest camera, face contorted, tears carving tracks through foundation, a yuppie leer unraveling in Midtown's glare. Cops cuff him mid-rant, Martinez leading, Wester, you're under for conspiracy, plus that call recording? Bribe gold. The lot erupts. Cheers from regulars, my line doubling as folks chant, El Sabor. Miguel high-fives from the counter, lime juice on his cheeks. Dad's a boss. But the real hammer drops in court. October 2nd, Manhattan criminal. Wood-paneled hush, broken by gasps. I testify first, October 3rd, 10 a.m. session. Log in hand. A 50-page tome of timestamps, videos, recordings. Exhibit A to Z, notarized steel. Your Honor, it's not just bugs, it's a pattern, I say. Voice steady over the bailiff's echo, detailing the blockade. Truck cam loops playing on screens. Ryan's shove frozen in pixels. Rumors. Yelp screenshots projected. IPs traced to his IP. Sabotage. Tire gashes close up. Juan's voice memo booming. Fancy boy did it. The gallery murmurs. Families from my block. Tommy the clerk nodding from back row. Ryan's turn. October 4th, afternoon. His suit rumpled, eyes bloodshot. Arrogance fractures under cross. Admit the bribes? His lawyer probes. No, but I play the ace. That August 21st audio, Miller's oily chuckle syncing with Ryan's whine. Done. Meet at the lot. Jury gasps. Ryan bolts upright. Lies, but fine, yes, I paid to protect my investment. Tempo crests. His floodgates burst, hysteria unspooling like bad yarn. October 5th, recess testimony. Under immunity plea, Ryan confesses the web. It started small, fake reviews for traction, but suppliers, I skimmed 200K, faked invoices to cut rate mafia fronts in Brooklyn. They muscled competitors, tipped me spots. The Roaches? Their idea, dramatic, I said. Thought money washed it. Voice cracks, sobs racking. Elite was my ticket out. Dad's shadow, failed VC pitches. But you, Ramirez, your honest slop, it mocked me. Court erupts, DA pounces, racketeering ties, RICO charges, evidence avalanche, police hack, warrant served, forensic deep dive on his phone, unearths emails to Vinny the Fixer, fraud trails, wire transfers to Shellcore, even a 2019 Brooklyn bus dodged via payoffs. Judge's gavel, October 10th. Guilty on all, conspiracy, bribery, fraud. 5 years, restitution $150K to victims. Ryan's dragged out wailing, "My Tesla, my life!" A fallen king, cellbound. Triumph blooms sweet as fresh churro glaze. By October 15th, El Sabor surges. Lines snake 3 blocks. Sales 5K days. Murals repainted by community artists. Miguel's sketch, hero truck slaying bugs. Features roll, NYT op-ed, the authentic American dream. CNN spot me flipping tacos for anchors. Yasha food justice trending 10mm. Folk hero? Ha. Donations pour, 20K repair fund. Regulars knight me, Midtown's guardian. Even yuppies defect. Your mole beats truffles any day. Anna beams at home. Rosary retired. Miguel's skateboard gleams new. The lot? Mine eternal, debt plaque, model operator. 7 years grind vindicated, pride swelling like rising dough. We endured because roots run deeper than cash. Folks, here's the lesson. Grilled plain, investments flash bright, but honesty, that's the slow fire that sustains. Ryan's millions bought shadows, fakes, fears, felonies, but couldn't forge flavor or fortitude. In America's hustle, cheat the game, and it chews you back. Chicanery crumbles, integrity endures. You've walked this war with me, from roach rain to courtroom rain. Now join the feast. Comment your take. Ever faced a Ryan? Share this saga to armed dreamers. Support local trucks with a bite or boost. Let's build streets where sweat, not schemes, wins. Subscribe and like if you believe in justice.